Welcome to Fight for Life, a pro-life radio show discussing the ministry of First Choice Pregnancy Services here in Las Vegas. I'm Deborah, board member and executive director of First Choice Pregnancy Services.
And I'm Jessica, logistics specialist at First Choice Pregnancy Services.
We are ambassadors for the unborn.
Welcome.
And hello, I think we're live. Welcome everybody to the Fight for Life radio broadcast. And I'm your co-host, Ken Wilson. With me today is Rachel Flaggart, and one of the angels at First Choice Pregnancy Services. This broadcast is part of the ministry of First Choice Pregnancy Services, the model pregnancy help center in the nation. Is right here in Vegas. You know who said that?
Who said that?
Focus on the family.
Wow, that's awesome.
Presented First Choice Pregnancy Services with an award calling them the model. See, if you want to support, a great ministry, why wouldn't you support the best?
I agree.
And it's right here. In fact, they're so good. They're about, not only is it their 20th year, they are about to hit 45,000 birthdays from their ministry. And they charged every single woman thousands of dollars for each one of those, didn't you? No, you didn't. No, you
No,
didn't.
we did not.
No, you did. You gave thousands of dollars worth of service, but you charged them nothing. Every single one of those birthdays, absolutely free from the hearts and generosity of not only First Choice Pregnancy Services, but you, the wonderful supporters out there in Las Vegas. So,
Yay.
and that's just, now you know why I'm sitting here today, because I love First Choice Pregnancy Services. And Rachel's here, and she loves it even more than I do, because she's there every day.
Pretty much.
Pretty much every day. Wow,
much.
what a servant.
Oh,
What do you do there?
what do I do there? So I am the Information and Administration Director.
That's
a big title.
Big title.
Basically, we've recently have gone through a reorganization, if you will.
Okay.
So in doing that, we figured out what is our core why, what are our mission, vision, and values, and then we redid our org chart. Most organizational charts are top down. Mm-hmm. We flipped it and we're bottom up because we want to model servant leadership like Christ.
So who was on the bottom who's now on the top? Who is that?
The Lord is on the very bottom. And then the board sits right above the Lord.
Theologically, I'm scratching my head, but okay. The Lord is on the bottom.
So then it's we've created what we call an executive team. So a lot of pregnancy centers have an executive director who pretty much runs the entire executive team. She does everything, right? Mm-hmm. So we've created, we have 3 positions in that executive team now. So there's my position, which is the Information and Administration Director. There's the Executive Director, and then there is the Operations Director. And so together we tease we're like the unity, we're like the Trinity, we're together working on this ministry. Okay. But we each have different giftings and talents, and God has really put us all together in such a way that it just works very naturally and very well. And so my job is I write a lot of policy. I'm revamping policies and procedures. I'm heading over all of our data and analytics. I manage all of our volunteer and staff services that come in. Deb is really focused as the executive director. She's still my head, I still report to her. But I've taken those pieces off of her plate so she can really focus on donor development and really focus on those kind of things. Mm-hmm. And then Eve is our day-to-day operations director. So she's managing the clinic from
and we love
day-to-day. I love Eve.
Eve is absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
So what you're trying to tell me is you're actually working at your position.
I am on staff.
Okay.
I am on staff.
She's making it happen. A lot of the things that you don't know that happen at First Choice Pregnancy Services, first of all, just so you understand, this is basically a clinic, a hospital.
Yes.
There are doctors, there's nurses on staff, there's people, right? They will attend to their patients, which is why we can't drill out of Rachel the names of all the clients that came today because Because they have a Hippocratic oath that they must abide by and have sworn to that they will protect the privacy and by law, actually,
Yes.
of all of their clients. Everyone that comes to see them, every lady and man, anybody that walks through that door as a client patient is protected. Their privacy is
Yes.
is very well protected. So you have nothing to worry about. So if you find yourself today in a pregnancy situation, maybe you're listening today and say, I don't know how you knew this, Ken, but yes, I am, and I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I do. Maybe your circumstance is just crazy. And Rachel has heard crazy to the umpteenth exponent. I mean, there's a lot of crazy that's gone on in the last 20 years.
Yes.
More than likely, maybe not, but more than likely, your situation has come up more than likely repeatedly in the last 20 years at First Choice Pregnancy Services. And you can give them a call and go and see them, no charge. In fact, you can you can have every service that they provide, and you will never pay a penny. How do you like that? And so give them a call. The number is 702-294-CARE. That's 702-294-2273. And say, listen, I heard some guy talking on there about some kind of clinic for women who are pregnant. I'm pregnant. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I don't have any answers right now. Maybe you don't have a place to live. Maybe it's a monetary thing. Maybe it's I got to get away from that guy kind of thing. You never know. Maybe the police are hunting you down. We don't know. Maybe it's a medication drug situation. Listen, it doesn't matter what it is. Give the wonderful staff that have just revamped their org guidelines, right? Which you won't have to worry about at all.
No.
You won't. But you'll be thankful that they're in place. Give them a call and say, listen, I need someone to talk. I just need someone to talk to. Go in, get a pregnancy test free. Find out if you're pregnant. Make sure you're pregnant, right? And talk to someone. It won't cost you a dime, and it can make a world of difference.
Yes.
And again, that number, 702-294-CARE, 702-294-2273. Speaking of impossible things, without mentioning any names because of their privacy, give me a just take a pick out of this last week or so, or last couple weeks, of an impossible situation, and I mean, I know you've got a bunch. See, I'm putting her on the spot. I'm putting her on the spot, but you guys have dealt with that. That it just comes to mind that you've, you all see about 30 ladies a day, right?
We do.
30 to
average.
50?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we're averaging right around 30 a day. So here's some really interesting. We've had a lot of multiples here lately. So, women have come in thinking,
they only have one baby?
Well,
and they've got two or
and
three.
We've had a three. We had a three.
Triplets.
We had triplets. And it's amazing to me in these instances that second or third baby always saves the life. I shouldn't say always. Almost always saves the life of that first baby. So it's amazing to me that we have women that think, "Oh, I just can't do it. I think abortion is the option for me." And then they find out they're having twins or triplets, and they go, "Oh, I'm not gonna have an abortion. I'm gonna say it because now there's two babies."
Yeah, there's two babies. You got, and the other thing that y'all do that I love. It's something that you just started. If it was your idea, please to say it. This was my idea. But what they do now is for those who have a sonogram, because there are sonographers there, right? So they could take an actual picture of your baby, real time, moving in the womb, waving hi to you, telling them that he or she loves you. You guys record the heartbeat.
Yes.
You place it on a little heart-shaped little red something or other.
Yep.
I don't know, it was a keychain. I don't know what it is, but and then you give it to the mom.
Yes,
you just say, here you go. What doesn't matter what your decision is, that is your baby's heartbeat right there.
Yep.
And you just give it to them.
Yeah, not my idea, but it was a brilliant idea.
What a great idea.
It is the neatest thing to be able to press that button and to hear those
and hear your
heartbeats.
baby's heartbeat.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have, I got 5 kids. I would have loved to have a little something that would have had their heartbeat, That would have been so cool.
Yeah. So we did have a patient come in who she was struggling, as are most of our patients, right? And she was just really, she was an older woman, and so she had just determined, there's no way I can't raise a baby now, right? And through the love and care and counseling that she was able to receive at First Choice, after she saw that baby on that monitor and heard that heartbeat, she was just like, I can't not keep this baby, right?
Yeah, it's the mother, the mom kicks in.
Yeah.
The mother, it's something. It's us dad, we have a dad thing, a dad thing, right? But the mom thing kicks in. See, our board out back there is laughing at me, but it's so true. It's true, right? It's so true. When you see that little baby, you want to reach out and grab and protect and just love that baby that you have.
And here's the other piece to all of this. It's not just like, hey, let's save these babies. It's also like, hey, let's give some resources to these women, right? Like,
yes.
So we're just not there, going, hey, yay, we saved another baby. No. Right? We want to evaluate the needs, and then we want to be able to say, okay, so here's some things. Here's some places that you can go. Oh, you need WIC. Okay, let me give you some information on that. Oh, you need a car seat, or you need formula, or you need whatever. We've got resource lists that we utilize regularly. We've got partners that we use that we can send people to,
Living
refer
Grace
them to.
Homes.
Yes.
I love Kathleen Miller. She opened up this beautiful 2-story home to ladies who were pregnant, didn't have a place to stay, or had to get out of their situation, whatever it was, and she opened up her home, and the ladies stayed. It became such a blessing. She opened up a second home.
Yeah, that's amazing.
A second home. I love Kathleen Miller. I love it. So it does housing.
Right.
It does. There's so many resources there.
There are. And if we don't have one on our list, our people are so great about reaching out and finding something.
Oh, we will find answers.
Yes.
We will find answers for you.
I mean, we just had a girl who came in a couple weeks ago who basically said, I want to keep my baby. She wasn't going to in the beginning, but then after going through the process, she decided she wanted to keep the baby. But the thing is that her dad was going to kick her out.
Yep.
And so
I've heard that so many times.
Yeah. And so we worked really hard to help find her a place. And so we were able to help her get established somewhere until she could get up off her feet and, move out on her own. But those are the kind of things we do, outside of just counseling and sonograms. It's really, it's a ministry that goes beyond just the life of that child, which is why our core reason why for what we do is because every heartbeat matters, and that means both that mother and that child.
Aha.
Right?
And maybe the dad.
And maybe the dad. No.
Maybe. Dads. So that's a great. You know what? That's a great segue. Talking about the girls that have been helped, the moms that have been helped, into the fundraising gala that's coming up on October 4th.
Yes.
Now, First Choice every year has this big, huge bow tie thing, super beautiful dress. The ladies come decked out and guys looking sharp, right? And they're coming, right, to support First Choice at their big, huge banquet.
Yes.
And this year they have look at you guys out there. You want to see a man's man? U.S. Navy SEAL Chad Williams is going to be there. Now, if you know anything about SEALs, let me tell you something. It's the toughest of the tough. All-American's going to be there at the First Choice Pregnancy Services talking to you about what it means to fight for life.
Yeah.
And he's going to be there, and it's going to be awesome. But before you even get into the banquet to sit down, guess who you're going to meet? I love what's this. I haven't even seen this happen. I think this is the first year y'all doing it. You're going to get to meet some of the moms that have been blessed and were helped by First Choice, and they're saying, hey, shake my hand is because of these people that me and my baby are here today.
Yes.
And you're going to get to meet those, so that for those of you who are already supporters, who are already helping folks out, you can actually meet the person that your money has helped save.
Yes.
And and their child too. Hopefully their child. I don't know if their child's going to be there as well. Possibly, maybe.
I'm not 100% sure.
Not 100%, but at least you'll get to see the mom.
Yep.
And you will hear heartfelt gratitude.
Yes.
From each and every single one of those ladies. I think it's awesome. They've replaced the silent auction thing.
Correct.
And they've put in its place these wonderful moms, and you're going to want to meet they're going to get tired of shaking hands. they're going to get so tired of shaking everybody's hand. Yes, yeah, they saved my baby. Yeah, and it's going to be awesome. But it's worthwhile. And these ladies are ready to come and share what a blessing First Choice Pregnancy Services was to them, to their family, to their child, to their life.
Yes.
And you're going to get to hear it and see it. And that's going to be October 4th at the Westgate Hotel on Paradise and Sahara. Westgate, October 4th. You can log into, here's the website for First Choice. It's FCPS. That stands for First Choice Pregnancy Services. FCPSchampions with an S.org. FCPSchampions.org. Click on events. Then you'll see the 20th anniversary gala. And click on that, and you get registered and get yourself in. And yes, if you want a whole table, it's going to cost a couple of dollars. It's a fundraiser. It's a fundraiser. So for those of you who are business people, this is to bring your employees, right? For those of you that perhaps every quarterly you make donations or whatever it is, bring your board. Rent a table, right, at First Choice, and, expose your company to the blessing of First Choice Pregnancy Services. And, it's going to be a lot of VIPs, but there's going to be nobodies like me there, too.
Oh, nobody's like me there, too.
And you go, right? So there's going to be regular, we'll be sitting in the back in the corner
right.
someplace. And then, if they, maybe you'll get to meet me. I don't know. Maybe I'll have a First Choice Pregnancy Services radio host cap on. I have no idea how you're going to know who Ken Wilson is, but or Rachel for that matter.
That's
but
right.
We'll be there.
We will.
We'll be there, and it's going to be a blast. It's just going to absolutely be a blast. So get your tickets. It's going to be October 4th. Don't wait. It's for per person. It's $125, $125 per. Don't get upset. It's a fundraiser. It's a fundraiser. $125, but they're going to serve you dinner.
Yes,
It's going to be a fantastic
dinner.
dinner. It's going to be wonderful. And so take off, and then your boyfriend, husband, significant other, that beautiful girlfriend, bring them.
Yes.
Right? $250, get a couple, and just find out what's happening here in Las Vegas. And furthermore, I want to mention the fact that an interesting thing. I'll jump to the end of what I was going to say. First Choice, listen, they want to open up another First Choice. They want to open up a second one. Now, listen very closely. When you want to open up another clinic, it takes money. It just does, right? And we need it. Now, for those of you who don't realize this, there used to be a very, very busy abortion facility right practically 50 yards away from First Choice Pregnancy Services on the same street.
Yes.
Right? After 30 years and a lot of prayer, they closed. They closed and moved away. They moved away out on West Charleston. So me being 40 Days for Life, we're going to follow them. But in that spot, they closed. Right? I guess they were tired of losing business to First Choice. That's what I would do. I would just hightail it out of there. And that's what they did. And so First Choice thought that when the abortion facility would close, you guys figured you would see a decrease in business.
Correct.
Has that happened?
No. Amazingly, we just had last month's board meeting. We went through numbers and we looked at last year at this time, and we were still right on par with the same amount of girls average from last year.
They're just as busy as they were before.
Yeah.
And so, and now the abortion facility has moved down to West Charleston. And so, listen, for what do we want? We know that we have abortion facilities all throughout the Las Vegas area and state. We want there to be more we call them I used to call them crisis pregnancy. We want more pregnancy help centers than there are abortion facilities. So that when the young lady looks on the internet or looks through the yellow, whatever she looks at to try and find abortion services, they find First Choice Pregnancy Services first.
Yep.
and get help so they can make an informed decision.
Yeah, right now there's only 2 pregnancy centers
That's
in
right.
all of Las Vegas.
Women's Resource Medical Center, whom we love them, and First Choice.
First Choice, and that's it.
That's it, and we need more. We
need more.
absolutely need more. Are you kidding me? There's millions of people here.
Yes.
Half of them women.
Yes. I'm from Kansas City, and in the small area that I say small, it was a small area comparatively, way less people. We had 16 pregnancy centers.
Wow. So you listen. There's it's the busiest. They need another center. So this is how you're going to help. You're going to attend the gala on October 4th at the Westgate, right? First Choice's banquet, their gala, their fundraiser, right? And you are going to usher in the next. Look, we're already looking at property. We're already believing that this is the will of God to open up another First Choice Pregnancy Services Center, another clinic to help women, to help families and babies, to be a shining light in this dark, dark city. And you can do it. We can do it with your help. And if you are, like I mentioned before, if you own a business, listen here. If you listen carefully, because I don't want you to miss this. If you own a business and you determine for the following year to bless First Choice Pregnancy Services with your philanthropic donation that you would do for write-offs, whatever purpose, throughout the year. And if your business has not been blessed, you can call me on the air and say, Kenny, I went a whole year, like you said, and the Lord didn't do it. But you know what? You are going to be blessed. You are going to be blessed.
Yes.
I promise you. You will be blessed for every dollar, for every 1,000, 100, 10,000, whatever, 100, whatever you give.
Yes.
You will be amply blessed by the Lord for pouring out your resources, your heart to these young ladies who are in desperate need here in our valley, and who are coming in from other states now.
Yes.
And that's a scary thing too.
It is.
The ballot question's a whole other thing. We'll do another show on it. But what they're already doing now is they are ushering in the pro-choice side, pro-abortion side. They're ushering in women from other states who now have pro-life laws, and are paying for their room,
Yep.
paying for their flight, feeding them, and then scooting them right over to an abortion clinic.
Yep.
This is not what we want our city to be known for.
No. We are a abortion tourism area.
Abortion. That's the 2 words do not even
They
go.
do
Two
not
peop-
go
two people
together.
come. 2 people come. One goes back. That
Right.
makes no sense at
No.
all.
But that is what they're told. Come for the weekend. Tell your family you're just hanging out in Vegas, right?
No.
Yeah,
It's a nightmare. We don't need that. We don't want that.
We do not.
We want the mom and their child that come, right? We want them to find out, hey, wait a minute, Las Vegas has been a blessing, and then they go back. 2 came, 2 go back. But you know what? The Lord is going to go back with them, right, and supply all of their needs.
Yes.
And help them, and we'll be there right by their side, even though they're in Arizona, whatever it is. We'll find them help. And you know what? That's our mission. That's what we're called to do. That's this is there is no greater blessing than to help a child and their mother.
Amen.
Especially when they're in need and they're coming to you.
Yep.
And they're coming. They're coming by the droves.
They are.
And so, listen, you can help. And if you are one of those ladies that need that help, you'd like someone to talk to free of charge, you can give them a call. Their number is 702-2. I almost gave my number. I almost gave my I give you my number, actually, but you probably don't want to talk to me. 702-294-CARE. That's 702-294-2273. And give First Choice a call and say, listen, you know what? I'm pregnant. I don't have any answers. I don't have any money. I don't have anything. I need help. At least tell me what's in front of me. Or maybe you just want to make sure, absolutely 1,000% sure. Don't rely on the abortion facility's word that you're pregnant.
No.
Don't do it, because they really don't care whether you're pregnant or not. They may still do the quote-unquote abortion and still charge you. Go find out for sure that you're pregnant. Give First Choice a call. Set up an appointment. Talk to Rachel. Talk to Eve. These beautiful ladies. And they will see what can be done. See how we can help you. Or at least get more information. Make sure you're pregnant. Or if you have triplets, then the choice is going to be awesome for you one day. So, my goodness, look at this. An end of a show already.
I know. It goes by so fast.
You know, I love First Choice. You will too. Free tours for those of you. Give them a call. Say, listen, I want to take a tour of the medical facility. When they'll go in when it's not so busy, so they'll squeeze you in and take a tour. It's wonderful. It's
Yes.
a beautiful place. But
Yeah, we have informational meetings on the first Saturday of the month. Come see us.
Come see us then. All right, that's the end of our show. God bless you guys, and we love you.
Thanks for joining your ambassadors for the unborn on the Fight for Life radio today and every Thursday on KKVV 1060 AM, the best news radio, the gospel airship.
If you'd like to support the cause of saving unborn babies, or if you have a question you'd like us to answer on the air, go to fcpsfriends.org or call us at 702-294-CARE. Again, that number is 702-294-2273.
On behalf of his little ones, thank you and God bless.